Hello. So this is the Verity encounter from my perspective. I'm going to be describing my thought process as we go. We're going to go through all three waves. For the first wave, I will be dissecting. I received the only information I need from the inside team, which is the three shapes that the three statues are holding inside: square, triangle, circle. The first thing I do always is kill the knight who has the shape that corresponds with the first letter, that is square. S for square. I kill the knight, he drops square, and I'm going to take it and dunk it in the first statue, the left statue. Whatever that letter is, square, always immediately gets dunked in the first statue. That is the first thing to do as a dissector. As I am looking at the statue, I see that it is holding a cylinder, which means the statue is composed of a square and a circle. We already know it needs to remove the square, but we need to know what to replace the square with. Since it already has a circle, the shape that the left statue needs is a triangle. Where do we get the triangle? Well, we look at the statues and say, what statue doesn't want a triangle? Since we know that it is square, triangle, circle, that means the middle statue doesn't want a triangle. That's where we're going to get our triangle. Unfortunately, as you can see, my teammates have killed the knights instead of letting me kill them. So we have to wait for the ogres to spawn in, kill the ogres, and then re-kill the knights so that I can get a triangle again. Here we do it again. You can see my teammate is very eager to kill it again because he's just so helpful. But we pick up the triangle and we dunk it in the second statue. This should finish the first statue, but we are going to confirm that. So first statue is a cone. We can see that there, triangle and circle. We know it doesn't want square, which means it wants triangle, circle, cone. First statue is complete. Now we gotta check the second statue. The second statue is prism, which means it is made up of square, triangle. Now, it does not want triangle, so we know we have to dunk another triangle in that statue, and it wants circle. Well, the right statue doesn't want circle, so we're gonna get the circle buff and dunk it there. Now all we need is to kill that middle knight again, grab the triangle buff, dunk it in the second statue, and that will swap the circle on the right statue and the triangle in the middle statue, and outside will be done. So the only step left we have for outside, for dissection right now, as we get ready to revive these guardians, is we have to kill the second knight to drop the triangle, and then take that triangle and dunk it in the second statue. That is it, and then dissection is complete. Now, something is going to go wrong. One of my teammates on the inside is going to die, and I am not going to be able to finish dissection because I'm going to get pulled inside. So we are going to have to do something that's pretty difficult, which is figure out where that person is in the process and pick up where they left off on the inside, while telling the outside team where we were in the process so that they can finish. Luckily, it's pretty simple. They need to kill the middle knight, pick up triangle, dunk it in the second statue, the middle statue. That's all they have to do. Now, let's see what we have to do and the process that we're going to use to figure it out, because my teammate did not tell me. First, I need to identify which is my statue. It's not middle, that's a titan. Left statue looks like a warlock, and I have wings on my helmet. That statue kind of looks like it might be that, but I'm going to check right statue. Right statue's holding a circle, and that looks like my guardian. I'm going to double check the left statue anyway, but yeah, left statue is not my guardian. So my guardian's holding a circle. We already know this from the square, triangle, circle, but we don't want a circle. So we're going to check the back wall and look at these shapes. It is a square and a triangle. Perfect. Square and triangle is what is in my room. That's what we need to combine because we don't want circle. So now we are at the part of the process where we are killing knights and putting buffs in our pocket. Kill the first knight, a triangle drops. Now we just need square. Kill an ogre to respawn the next knight. There he is. Kill him. And he drops the square. We have the two shapes. We should be good to walk out. And we do with 7 seconds to spare. Whew. That was a lot. So that was the first wave. Much more complicated than it should be because we had a death. And I was forced to do both jobs. If one of the active people got pulled in, would have been much simpler. But the fact that I had to basically make sure that both jobs got finished made this more difficult than it will ordinarily be. We are going to watch this wave real quick. We're going to do the respawn guardians. I am going to use whichever guardian I can to see the one guardian I can. I see a hunter with like branches and trees and twigs on him. I call that the tree hunter for my teammates. Hopefully they can figure it out. And I'm waiting for somebody to say that they picked up the tree ghost. When they pick up tree ghost, I'm going to tell them where tree guardian is. He is at number 2, right? Second from the left. Now, until somebody calls that out, I'm just staying quiet. Somebody called it out. I said he's at number 2. They dunked it. Now I stay quiet. I have nothing more to add. I have nothing else that can help. I'm just waiting to get revived. That is the end of the first wave. Now we will go into the second wave. For the second wave, we will be going inside. So first thing we do is identify our statue and the count. Our statue is right in the middle, thankfully, so we don't have to go looking for it, and it's holding a square. So we know we do not want square at the end of this. It is also circle, square, triangle is the call out. Next thing we do is we look at the back wall. Here you can see the wall is showing 2 squares. This is fantastic. This means we don't have to get rid of one of our shapes, which we would normally have to do. So we know we are getting 2 squares. I hear from the other callouts that the other people also have 2 shapes, which means everybody gets to start at this step and we can move fast. First thing we do is we get a square shape, dunk it in the left statue, always the leftmost statue to start, just keeps it simple. Then we pick up a second square and we dunk it in the right. Alright, we have gotten rid of our squares. So remember, our first rule was no square. We got rid of squares. Next, we need to get what we don't have. So we're checking the wall and we see we have a circle on the wall, which means we can now drop circles. We want circle. We kill the ogre to spawn the knight. And then we see on the wall that there's now a triangle in the room. Perfect. This is what we want. Circle plus triangle. That is the key that we are making to exit. Now we just need to kill the 2 knights, pick up each one, and we are done. It is that fast on the inside. We complete our key before we even get wiped. Once we get through this next process, we are just waiting on the outside to finish dissection, and then we will be able to continue. Now, this is a very fast run. It will only 1 in 6 times, very rarely, like 16% of the time, will you be able to do it this quickly. Usually, you have a guardian like mine would have like square, triangle, or square, circle. In that case, what we would want to do for our first step is to get rid of the square or triangle that is also in our room. We do that by killing a knight that drops one of those symbols, and then depositing that symbol at the guardian who's holding that shape. When all 3 people have done that on the inside, it'll start where we started on this wave, with 2 squares and our guardian holding square. From that point on, it is the same as what we just did. When you have 2 squares on your wall and your guardian is holding square, or whatever the shape happens to be, you kill the knights one by one, pick up the shape, dunk it in the leftmost statue to keep it consistent, then kill the second knight, pick up the shape, dunk it in the rightmost statue. Once you have done that, you should see on your wall one of each of the other 2 statues, provided your teammates have done the same thing that you have. Now you're killing the knights and just picking up the statues. You are done dunking. So you kill the first knight, you pick up the circle, you kill the second knight, you pick up a triangle, and then you wait at the back wall. That is it. That is the inside, and it is done. Now, just like before, on this section, we are now the person who has to pick. So I'm looking for a very easy to call out ghost. I see the Nintendo ghost or the Game Boy ghost, whatever, and somebody tells me where that dunks. I dunk it. Second ghost is the tree ghost. I pick up tree ghost, I ask, where's tree ghost? Somebody calls out where the tree hunter is. I'm waiting patiently for that call out. There's nothing for me to do. Somebody called out 1, I am dunking at 1. Now here's the lantern ghost. I don't really want to pick it up because I know that person doesn't really respond, but the other 2 people have dunked, so there's only 1 statue left. It is number 2, and so I dunk it there because that's where it has to go. And we are done with wave 2. Alright, so for the third wave, I will be dissecting again. This one we're going to do very quickly. I'm going to give you the circle, triangle, square call out, but otherwise we're going to do it at speed. Feel free to pause at any time. So first thing we do is identify the first letter, circle. We kill that knight, pick up circle, and we dunk it in the first statue, always the first statue. This statue has a sphere, which means it is circle, circle, so it'll take anything. So we kill the second knight, who drops triangle, and we give that to the statue that doesn't want triangle. That's middle statue, because T is in the second place. First swap done. We have one knight left, which is the square knight, so we're going to go ahead and kill him and dunk him in the statue that doesn't want it. That will be the right statue. So what does the right statue need? Well, we know left statue doesn't want circle and had 2 circles. So the left statue is going to want another circle dunked in it. By doing this, it'll swap its last circle with the square on the right statue that it doesn't want. At this point, because we've done 2 swaps, we should be complete with the outside in 30 seconds. So we will dissect here. Outside should be done. We are doing the ghost. My 2 teammates are finishing that up, but we are going to check. So right side has the square, or actually we're going to start with middle. Middle is a cylinder. It doesn't want a triangle. That checks out. Left side is a triangular prism and it doesn't want a circle. That means it is done. The last statue doesn't want a square. It is a cone, which means that checks out. We are done with the outside just like that. Super fast. It can go that fast every time. It does not need to. As you can see on the clock, we still have 1 minute and 45 seconds. You know, 1.5 minutes if you want to give the people on the inside a little bit of breathing room. But all they need to do is get out. So we have plenty of time. You do not need to go this fast, but you can go this fast on the outside every time. So now we are just clearing ads and waiting for the people on the inside to be finished. As soon as they get finished, they will take longer because there's no reason the inside should be faster than that. But we can all come outside. We do. With a full minute to spare, everybody's kind of on their game with this last wave, which is fantastic. And we kill the unstoppable that spawn on either side of the room. And kill the right unstoppable. Perfect. Now we get ready for the ghost section. I believe I get chosen to start it again. Here you'll see I'll be pretty strategic with what ghosts I pick. So I'm the person who does it, so I go to the first guardian I see, and I do not know how to explain that ghost. So I just leave it, and I find a ghost I can't explain. Bunny ghost, easy. Somebody tell me where bunny ghost is. They tell me number 1. Alright, I'm going to leave that, and then I'm going to find tree ghost. I pick up tree ghost. Tell me where the tree hunter is. I'm waiting for them to call out tree hunter. And they tell me it is at, what is this? I believe this is 5. Yep. And then, okay, now I have to pick up the ghost I don't like. This person, there's only 2 left, and he tried to dunk it there and died, which means that it belongs to me. Because if it doesn't belong to him, it must belong to me, because there's only 2. So somebody takes that last guardian and puts it in the last spot. We are done. That is Verity encounter. Done and dusted. All 3 waves. I hope this is helpful. Thank you.